Yeah, just another day working on the car. So I wanted to show, I got all this sandpaper and all these Scotch-Brites for like, I think it was $5 last year. But stuff's like, it's just falling apart. So anyway, I painted these in with a spray can, and then I noticed there was some like, I don't know, defects where you could see kind of like a high and low spot in the paint. So I just decided to just spend a couple of minutes getting rid of them. What I found out, I just used 40 grit to break it down, and then just, this is like 220 or something. Again, I'm just getting ready. I can't see putting these on the car if they're not at least somewhat close to being ready. And it's good to have a light that you can see any defects. But the real thing I want to talk about is, you know, this was yellow before. And I found out, I'm not a painter at all, I've never painted the car. But I found out with this yellow underneath, like a primer, it's really easy to sand up the spots. I don't know if I can explain that, but just it works really good. So you know, I watch these shows and I say paint the undercoat the same color as the top coat. But if you get a different color, it shows up pretty good when you hit these spots. Also, it gives it a cool antique look if you wanted to make something antique. So I went around and I found like 1, 2, I don't know, 30 spots. You need a good light to see these, but they really show up. Oh, and by the way, I found, I don't know if I'll show it in this video, but I found the rollers for the windows. You know, I was saying I couldn't find them off of Chevelle. You know, I guess a lot of the GM products are the same, but when people list them, they don't list every car they go to. That's the problem. But they're exactly the same. So I got one more set coming. I got the little ones. Now I have to get the bigger ones. I mean, I already ordered them. So they're coming, and I'll show you how to put them on because I watched a video on how to kind of rivet them on. It's really simple. And the other thing I wanted to talk about today is every time you work on something different, I mean, I got mirrors going, windows going, you get a whole new pile of stuff that you can't really put away until you're done. So it makes it more difficult. And I know this paint I'm using isn't epoxy primer, but it's what I got. And, you know, I've been watching some videos. I'm probably going to paint this car myself. I've never done it before, but I don't want to spend 10 grand. Here, I'm in the shop. I hear a car out. You hear that? Must be a garbage truck or something. So anyway, if you didn't watch the last video, watch it about these lights. They're all different. And I did look it up. They cost, it's like $159 for one with the remote, and without it's like $125. So I figured out how to make the parts work. They're sitting over here, and I'm just gonna use them. You know, I would say if you're gonna rebuild a complete car and you want it numbers matching, forget it. Just go with the main pieces, like the engine, the transmission, the ID. You know, make sure the ID tag matches the engine and the transmission. And there's some markings on the firewall if you look at some of my old videos. And maybe the radiator, I'll get the right number. And the radiator support, I just cut off the ID off the old radiator support I had and just welded onto the new one. But I'm not gonna, you know, every single piece, it's impossible. I mean, it's not impossible, but I don't think it's worth it. Just get the main pieces. And then you can find these other pieces off other cars. But when I look up in my parts book up here, I can't find, nobody uses the numbers anymore. I mean, they use some of the numbers on some of the main components, but they switched the whole part number system. Your best bet is find pictures and go from there. But yeah, I'm starting to think about paint now that I started doing this. So I guess I'll get the doors got together. Again, I'm trying to find parts. Then maybe I'll put the nose cone on, or maybe I won't because it just extends that car that much further to reach into the engine bay. But again, I keep working on different things, and I got a pile here, and I got a pile over there, and a pile over there. So I'm going to concentrate on finishing these lights, which are part of the door. I'm just going to concentrate on the door. The interior pieces I don't really need yet, so I'm not going to look for them. So this one does say right hand, by the way. So there must be a right hand and a left hand. Yeah, because this hole's down at the bottom. Anyway. Just put this in there for the heck of it. Oh yeah, I'd suggest that if you're going to be doing this, you might as well put some WD-40 on parts like this, or some kind of oil, because I'm never going to get back in here again. So anyway, this is going to go something like that. You can see that there's plenty of room on the outside, so you got to make sure that you paint these ahead of time, because you can't paint in here. At least get a color close, because you can't get in there later. So I'm just going to respray these since it's nice and warm out. And then also, every time you work on something different, it's like a different set of tools, and your tools get spread out all over the place. So I put the parts out in the sun. I just washed them with water and just let them dry. But there's something that's been bugging me that I want to fix. Nobody will ever see it but me. But see that light in there? I made that light, I don't know, last year or something. I'll show you. That's without the light. And I'm swinging over to this side. I got magnets on. I just put magnets That's with the light. That's a great tool. That was the cheapest light I could get at Home Depot. Anyway, I patched the floor. If you go way back, and the first couple pieces I did, I made them perfect. I butt welded them, and I don't think it's worth it. I mean, everybody puts dyno mat on this floor, or whatever they call that, dyno insulation. But I don't like the way this looks, so I'm just gonna feather it in with Bondo. I mean, I got Bondo's cheap. You can get that at Harbor Freight. And underneath, I just put a seam sealer on all the edges. So, I just don't want to look at it. It bugs me. And I know I can make it disappear. So, I'm going to be working on that. I don't think I can take videos of that. Just mix up some Bondo. But if you've never done Bondo, and I'm not an expert either, seeing if I'm out of the way of the camera. Don't put it on too thick or too thin. Just try to get it. I don't know how to explain it. Just use it like a spatula or a knife. You're just going to kind of go like that and level it out. You might take 2 or 3 coats. I think it's better than one big sloppy coat. Then there's a couple holes on my floor. Rust spots, but it's not rusted everywhere. So I think I'm going to put some fiberglass filler. There's a couple little holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's some more. Just little pinholes. And by the way, let me get one more tool. Again, this is for everybody that might be watching this new. It's just a documentary. I'm just doing it for me. I don't care about views, but if it helps anybody, that's good. But if you take a light and put it underneath, let me turn this off. The pinholes will show up. Where you go like this, you can't really even see them. But like that, you can see them perfectly. Just looking at this, I can see there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go over here, 9, 10. Probably got 15 little holes. And again, if it was rotted everywhere, I'd replace it, or I'd put a piece on top. But again, it's my car. I can do whatever I want. You know, if you go pay like these restoration shops, yeah, they're going to make it perfect, and they're also going to charge you $100 an hour. But what I found out is, for me, if this whole area is rotted, just cut it out. Just cut it out. Cut all the rot out first. Buy a floor pan, and just cut pieces out of the floor pan to make patches. So there's a patch here, a patch here, a patch here. There's a patch in the back seat here. And the back there, so there's 1, 2, I'm looking at it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big patches. But that probably saved me, who knows what that saved me. And when it's all done, I'll show you how good it looks. If you're interested, let's see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 on this side. So butt weld, one more time, the butt welding, you know, that means where you cut a hole and you fit it perfect. That's pretty easy if you got a nice piece of flat metal that isn't rusted or isn't aged and still solid. But when you get into old metal, it is tough because you'll burn right through it. If you really want to do it right, you got to cut way back, if there is such a spot, which I don't think there is on these old cars, and get to all the nice clean metal. But just look at this, the contour, there's a contour here, 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 here. No, it's a bitch. Oh, I'll get that. I'll get this other piece I ordered. So I'll probably make just one separate video on putting this window together, but here are these rollers. That's what I was looking for. These are the 2 smaller ones, and it came from Original Parts Group online. And they're $12.99 each. It's not cheap. And this part number, let's see if it matches what's on here. Well, they call it product number CC28344. Then there's some other numbers. Oh, this number matches that number. So anyway, Original Parts Group, online. It's also a phone number, but you don't need the phone number. See if I can show that. And then again, I'll show you how to put these on. And the reason I know, I put one on, and I watched the video on how to do it. Because I don't know how to do anything until I do it once or twice. So, you'll see all my parts are doing. Yeah, what you're looking at is the original Pontiac door handles. And with the Pontiac emblem, and the ones in front of it are the ones that don't have an emblem. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. So I'm going to stick those out in the sun and see. I mean, they do kind of peel up a little bit. I'll put them in the sun, see if I can heat up the glue, and then see what happens. I said I was going to repaint these. Well, I repainted them. Again, I never painted a car in my life, but I did learn something. So I'm going to do a close-up. If you don't use really fine sandpaper, see if I can get it in. I don't know if it'll show up. Oh. You see those scratches? I mean, I got rid of all the imperfections, but apparently I didn't sand that. So it's a good lesson for me when I get to the car. You need a real fine light and get rid of those. Now this one I'll put in front of it. It's perfect. Anyway, thought I'd toss that in. But these do come off. So, I guess it's out of focus. Again, here's the good one. But they do come off with one screw, at least the side with the without the remote. Okay, they're warm. Let's see if I can get them off. You know, I was thinking they must be, cars sit out in the sun, so they must have used some kind of glue that is heat resistant. It's coming off. It's got like mildew in there. I don't know. I think it's more like a contact adhesive. Anyway, these are all rusted. Let's see. How's this thing turn? I mean, I guess it could have been reused, but they weren't that much. I'm looking at the year on here. It says 724318. Or 9724319. Anyway, the chrome is coming off in some places. So, let's see, I think they were $30 each. And it comes with this plastic piece. Which I can't show you, but it's, I guess when I put it back together, I'll show you. This piece snaps on, but these are disintegrated. Anyway, that's just one more thing I'm doing. Just oddball stuff. Oh, I got a kit. Let's see if it's still in focus. Sometimes when I get in front of it, it's out of focus. I didn't want to buy this. This is $170. And I got this at a Camaro shop. It's the same parts. These are all the pieces for the rollers, except for the ones I had to order that are riveted. Got some kind of plastic pieces. I don't know where these go. It's snapping a hole. Maybe that's for Camaro. I don't know. So I looked around And these are all back ordered. This place just happened to have them. And I want to put this window together. So I got that. Oh, and I got these. I got these today. Now, I was talking about this the other day. This has got the wider chrome strip. Here's the old one. Let's see. Trying to see how it used to go. This piece here is completely gone. And look, it's got a felt piece here and a felt piece here. See that? Anyway, you gotta take what you can get, you know? See if the holes line up. Try to get this backwards. Well, here's the old felt piece. I'm looking at these holes here, and they do line up. So this is part number, see if I can find a part number. I got a tag. For anybody that's interested. Now to read these part numbers off if you're rebuilding a door. This kit here, well, first of all, the piece I just showed, these CA170A from Classic Industries. That's these. This was off the shelf. I don't have the part number. Here it says W033. I don't know if that's right or not. 71 to 81 F body complete door, glass, roller, and hardware kit. Well, that's not true. It's not complete because you need the 3 with the rivets, and they are not in this kit. And I showed one part number earlier. There is a number on here, I don't know if it's right, 1E982, I don't know. And it's got a GM part number 011969385. And these door handles, make sure there's a left and a right, okay? Again, these are from Classic Industry. But there's two different sizes. There's a shorter one and the longer one. This is the one that came on this car, the longer one. So I'll just put this again on. I gotta clean up before I do anything. And I'll show how this goes back together when I get to it. Is that everything? I'll also say don't throw away any parts until you're done with your putting things back together. Who knows, the spring might break. Those two parts. Got some other parts here. Let me bring it over here. Again, there's a left and a right. These are $10 each. That's cheap. Also, it says Camaro, Firebird, and Nova, 75 through 81. You can see that. Left and the right. The reason they're left and right is because this discussion plate, I think I showed this another earlier, it's lower, so you're going to need a right and a left. Open this. This is the bracket that goes on the door, and the mirror slips on here. This will go on the outside of the door, and then there's a hole in the mirror. Again, they weren't on my car. I had to figure this out. Somebody had stolen all this stuff or used it for another project. It says part number 200555839. And there is a left and a right, by the way. I'm not going to open it, but one of them has like a rounded area. It must be the side that has the cable. And then a gasket that goes behind the mirror when it goes to the door. These are $5 each. It says part number, you can see it, 9832126. So you need 2 of those. I'm not sure if they go which way they go. Oh, here's the other one of these part that goes on the door. See, it's got a round edge. So you have to get both, a left and a right. It says $10 each. Crazy. Then I got 2 screws. These are the screws that go through the mirror into that piece I just showed. I could have just bought those, but $1 each. Costs more than that in gas to go look for this stuff. What else we got here? Oh, and then this. I decided I'm gonna get all the new stuff. This rest does come off, but I needed this backing plate. Here's that clip I talked about in earlier videos. Don't lose that. But here's the vacuum plate. I needed that. I think this must go on behind the upholstery. You know, the door upholstery. I assume. I need to screw it through. This is part number. Well, there is 2 screws in here. If you can read that, part 3921833, $30. Crazy. But obviously I can't make these. I'm not set up to re-chrome them or whatever they are. So for right now, like I say, trying to stay organized is one of the hardest parts. These, like I say, I'm not going to throw these away for now. Oh yeah, and I showed you the bolt had broken off. Yeah, I probably could have welded one on, but I'm not going to throw them away. I'll try to clean this. Those. Let's see. So this is going to go to my old parts. The other thing is, you got a bunch of parts. Once you figure it out, what you need, take these and get them out of the way. Put them somewhere, but don't throw them away. Stick them in a box. So I'm getting there. All I need now is the other rollers. And I think that's it to put these doors together and clean the glass. Or maybe I should just leave the glass dirty. Oh, and I haven't had time to this used to say Harley on it. I haven't had time to put the Bondo on yet. So again, going back to this one more time. Here, this is the one that came off the car. It's got this little chrome bead. This one is more like the one that I got. And this is off that extra door I had. So I'll go put these aside too. That'll help clean up the table. I'm just looking at, like I said, put parts, get rid of them when you don't need them. This is all extra. I mean, don't get rid of them, just put them somewhere. Again, I'm just sharing what I'm doing. If anybody's interested. If you're not, don't watch. I don't care. Oh, what the heck. Since I show everything, I'm going to see if I can clean these with Windex. It shouldn't hurt you wash your car. Of course, I got some paint on there. Looks like I got a little overspray on here. one little bad spot. I'm gonna get some paint there. Actually, I got some goof off. Sticker residue, ink, and marker. Hope I don't destroy this thing. I'm gonna get water just in case. Oh yeah, that cleaned it right up. Damn. Let me dilute it before something happens. Nice. I think it took off some of the gold. Or maybe it didn't. Either way, it needs to be clean. Goof off. Let's see, these were put on the car in 1976, 86, 96, 206, 216. I guess that's 40, I don't know, 45 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna reuse these. I think I'm gonna go put them under the water just to make sure there's if anything else is on there. Okay, first coat of Bondo. I just threw it on there real fast. On the other side. The stuff it sets up so fast, and all these weird angles. This is the driver's side. And I put it like an 1/8 inch thick over some of these holes. This stuff sands real easy. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's my car. No one's ever going to see this. I just had to do it. Harbor Freight Bondo.